guys. So this story time is about to be very traumatic because I didn't even vlog at all, so that's why I'm doing the story time. And it's about the most traumatic event ever that's ever happened to me. So this all started about like maybe 4 years ago. My dad had a trade show for his like work, whatever. So like we had to go to like Tennessee, and we were like in the car ride. We had like a fun time in the car and everything. And we got to the hotel. We checked in. Our room was actually very nice. There was like a refrigerator. It was like one of those like very, very fancy rooms. Like we got like the fanciest room there because my dad had a trade show. So we went into the room and we just like explored, and I don't have any photos or anything of this because it's on my 2 phones ago, which is like my iPhone 5, so I don't have like any like photos or videos of this. But like the hotel room was like really, really nice, and on the hotel it was like a little like water park. There was like a water park with like slides and like a bunch. It was like a really fun water park, and there was inside of it there was also like one of these climbing rope things, like the climbing things, like you know, like when you're attached to a string and like you walk on the rocks or whatever. I don't know what it's called, but that's what was there. And the first thing when we got there was like this. We had this like tour, like this tourist that would like show us around the hotel because it was like really, really big. And so when we got there, they showed us around, and then we went back to our room to like get our badges so that we can go into the trade show. And at the trade show, like they give you like this free stuff. So like I got like 2 free pop sockets, like 3 snacks, and this was like 2 or 3 years ago. I don't remember, but they give you all these snacks, and yeah, it was fun. So then after the trade show, we decided that, oh, let's go into like the little arena game area. So that's what we did. We went into like the game area, like where like, and then one of the things we did was like the rope thing where like it's like attached to your back right here, and then you like walk across different obstacles and stuff. And they also have one of these like American Ninja Warrior obstacle courses. So like I did that with like the rope attached to me, and it was like really fun. So I was like really scared of like the climbing thing, and I felt like I was gonna like fall off. So I was walking across like one of the planks or whatever, and then my foot slipped off, and then my thing went like up like this, and I jerked up, and then I was like, oh my god, I thought I almost just died. So then I tried to go back up onto the like one of the planks, and I couldn't because like I was like down here, and then the planks were like right here. So I literally had to like boost on my thing to get up there, and my foot was like this up here, and oh my god, that just scared me. And my foot was just like up like here, and I couldn't even do anything. Like none of the workers were like, that was like an area for like the workers to go in. So I was like, oh my god, help me, help me. I was like screaming, and basically like my sister had to eventually come over and like pull me up. She almost fell backwards, but she caught herself, and that was just like scary. But there's like a even worse, scarier part in this whole story. Like this day was really scary to me. So after that, I was so scared. I got off the whole thing, finished the obstacle course. I was like crying. Like it was like so scary. I was like crying to my mom. My mom's like, okay, let's just go back up to the hotel room and let's go get our bathing suits on so we can go to the water park. And it was like a very nice day at this time. It was like around like 1-ish o'clock. And so we went back up to the apartment room, changed our bathing suits, and the water park was outside. And this was like during the thing. So I felt like really car sick because we went in a car, and I still felt really sick because I always get sick on vacations, but I don't anymore because I stopped like last vacation. I was actually really happy. So I was really sick, so I took like this Tylenol pill to help me feel better, and then it helped me, and I just like stood around like laid on the beach chairs or whatever for like a good like 30 minutes, and then I finally felt better and went in the water. And this was the wave pool, and we went like that. So we went in the wave pool, And then me and my sister Sarah decided like, oh, there's water slides everywhere. Let's just go on the water slides. So me and my sister Sarah went on the water slides over and over and over again. And we decided that, oh, let's go on one of those drop slides, which is like this, and you go like this down, like it says 3, 2, 1, and the bottom opens and go like that. So we're like, oh, let's just go on one of those. And so we got to the top of it, and then I started freaking out because I was like, oh, I've never been on this before, and I don't know what to do. So we weighed because we had to weigh ourselves apparently. So you had to weigh like more than like 100. You had to weigh like 100 pounds, or else you like, because it was like the slide was like this, and then it went like that. And so in order to like get over like the little loop, you had to like weigh a lot, I guess. That was the rule, but I don't know. But me and my sister Sarah really didn't weigh a lot, so we were like, oh, let's just go down the racing slides, which is like where you go in that and you go on your stomach and every stop. So we went on those and we were in line, and then all of a sudden the sky turns like really dark, and Sarah, and I hear my sister say this, so she went down it and then I went down the slide because we were like the very last people. So we went down the slides, and then I look over and I don't see her. I'm like, where did she go? So I was like, oh, okay, she probably just like went off. So then all of a sudden I see everybody like going this way. I'm like, wait, what the heck? And all of a sudden, right behind me, like I see like a lightning strike going like that. And I was like, my heart just like stopped, and I didn't know what to do. So I was literally crying by this point because like I already got like almost like died on that thing. So I was like, oh my god, am I gonna die again? And basically I just like went up on this thing. I just like went up to a lifeguard, and then I was like, what is going on? She's like, there's a tornado warning. I was like, there's a what? And then she said, there's a tornado warning, go inside, go find your parents. I was like, and then I went back to my parents' seat, which I thought was their seat, and nothing was there. So I was all by myself. I had nothing to do. I was like crying, and I didn't know what to do because there was a tornado warning, and I could not find the entrance anywhere because like this is my first time in the hotel, and I could not find anything. So I was like crying. I was like, oh my god, where's my mom? And then I went over to one of the lifeguards, and she's like, oh. And then she's like, oh, I'll help you find your mom. What does she look like? And do you have your phone with you? And I was like, no, because my mom has it. And this is when I got very scared. This is when the tornado sirens went off, and then my mom was trying to call my phone apparently, and I didn't have it on me because I went up on the water slide with Sarah. And so I was like, okay, I remember the entrance where we went, entrance we went into the water park is. So I tried to go back that way. Apparently, this was the entrance we went in. I went this way and went through this entrance. I could not find my mom anywhere in that hotel room. I was like, oh my gosh, I think I'm lost. I can't find my mom anywhere. And I thought like I was lost. I thought I was dreaming. I was like, okay, wake up, wake up, wake up. And I couldn't. Like, it was like the worst devastating thing that ever happened to me. And like, my mom was like over here. She was like freaking out. And then I asked everybody saying, oh, do you know where my mom is? Do you know where my mom is? Even though I had like no pictures of my mom. And everybody's like, oh, what does your mom look like? Do you have your phone? I was like, no, she has it. They're like, oh, I can't help you then. So literally I was like running around the whole hotel room, literally looking for her. And I didn't even remember a hotel room, so if she went back up there, I couldn't find her. And remember, this is when a tornado warning was happening. So I was like double times freaking out because I lost my mom, and there was a tornado warning going on, and I had like none of my sisters were with me. I had nobody. I was just like by myself at like 10 years old, like not like I didn't know what to do. So I started like crying. Like I literally just like laid on the ground and started crying because I was like praying, and I was like, please help me through this. Please don't let me die. I have nobody. I don't know where my parents are or anything. So I got myself together. I stood up, and then I went around that way. And I was like, I went back outside. I stood up and went back outside to find her. Now, how stupid of that is me to do when there's a tornado warning going on, thinking that she was outside. Nobody was outside. So I literally went around the whole water park again just to find no one. My mom wasn't even outside. I was so stupid because there was a tornado warning, and what was I supposed to do? Nothing. So I went back inside, the same exact thing I went in before, crying, and I was like soaking wet. I was still in my bathing suit. I had no towel. I had nothing. And then I remembered, I was like, oh shoot, I left my flip-flops outside. Right. My phone died while I was recording the last clip. But anyways, I left my flip-flops outside, and I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna go back outside and get them. So again, the third time I went back outside to get something. And then, this is the scariest part. I lost my mom, my flip-flops outside, and I decided to go back outside. And then all of a sudden I see those lightning strike hit one of the water slides. I'm like freaking out. I'm like, oh my god, what do I do? So I literally ran into the water slide that got hit by lightning and grabbed my flip-flops and ran back inside. So I actually calmed myself down, and I was walking this way before, and I was right here. My parents were over here. So I started walking this way. I was like, wait, I haven't walked this way yet. So I started walking, and my parents started walking the opposite way. I saw them and I screamed, Mom, Mom, Mom. My mom didn't hear me. She was crying and talking to some security guard or whatever, and they're like, okay, fine, I'll find your daughter. They didn't find me. I found them. So yeah. And then basically my mom's like, oh, come here. And she started like crying. She just hugged me and I hugged her back. I was like so scared. And I was like, Mom, there's a tornado. I literally saw it. Because when I ran outside to get my flip-flops, I saw the tornado. It was like right here. I was like right here. And the tornado was like really far off in the distance. So I was like, Mom, we got to get to lower ground. She's like, there is no lower ground in this hotel. I was like, what? She's like, yeah, there's no lower ground. I was like, at this point, this is when I was really freaking out, because this day was just like really devastating to me, because like I almost died on the climbing thing. I lost my mom, I lost my sister, and then apparently my sister went back inside, and I had no clue that she went back inside, because she went down the side and like immediately like ran inside. I was like, okay, so she went back inside, and I didn't know what to do. Like, there was no lower ground. There was nothing. All there was the room we were standing in with a bunch of like arcade games and stuff. So I was like, Mom, there has to be a lower ground. So I was like, there has to be a lower ground. So I went over to the security guard and I was like, hey, is there a lower ground for this? And he's like, yeah. Go follow everybody downstairs. I was like, I don't see anybody going downstairs. And then he declared that everybody has to go downstairs because, again, this is when the tornado sirens were going off. And I didn't know what to do. So I just followed everybody downstairs. And then all of a sudden, we get down there. And I realized that I left. This is the stupidest decision I've ever made in my entire life. It's also the best decision I've ever made too. Was that I left my stupid stuffed animal outside. So, knowing me, my mom was like, Hannah, get back here now, when I was going up the stairs. And everybody was yelling at me, the girl's going upstairs, the girl's going upstairs. And then, right when I went upstairs, all I hear is a loud thump. And I see somebody that I didn't think I knew. And I was like, who's that? And then, all of a sudden, I see my little sister, Emily's out there, like, standing by herself, crying on the ground. And I was like, screw my stuffed animal, I need to grab her and let's go downstairs now. So I literally grabbed her and we ran downstairs, and right when we hit the ground downstairs, the tornado went like boom and went through, like a gust of wind just went through the whole building. And if I didn't go back upstairs just to get that stupid stuffed animal that I didn't get, she would have been dead. And I'm so glad I went back upstairs. And that was the day that my whole life changed, and that was the day that was really scary. There was signs at first when I first fell off the thing where that was going to be a really bad day. So that was my story time, and that was the most devastating thing that's ever happened to me. Yeah. Guess I'll see you guys tomorrow for Vlogmas Day 23. Bye.